Welcome to Fairfax with Fairfax. Follow us on our pilgrimage to the new world on YouTube, Keith Fairfax Comedy, Facebook, Keith Fairfax, and Instagram, Mr. Fairfax.
Who's that girl? What's her name? Is she cool? Is she lame? Oh, you're talking about what's her name? Pepper Ann. Is she lame? Is she cool? Is she
You ever watch Pepper Ann?
Yeah, man. Was this on Disney?
Yes, now it is.
This show is for everybody.
It was. Now that I look at it, though, it was a black guy, maybe a little Israeli.
Ambiguously brown?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty diverse crowd for the time being. Yeah. For that time period, it was a pretty diverse crowd.
I saw you post something about this. What made you think of Pepper Ann?
I was just going through like old Disney shit. You know, when you got Disney, it's like, hey, I might as well use the whole catalog, see what we got going on.
It's on the Disney app?
Yes.
I didn't know that shit.
So I was like, oh, let's see what we got. No, but hey, this is Fairfax with Fairfax, and we're back after a little vacation. And
well, holiday vacation.
Yeah, a little holiday vacation. Yeah. Upgraded the temple. Trying to make it a little bit better, more cozy. Try to do a little upgrades here and there with the skits, this, that, and the third. Hopefully bring you some great content for 2021. Leave 2020 behind us.
Yeah.
Already slightly, on edge. I haven't been drinking.
Yeah, you look like you're shaking a lot.
Yeah, I quit drinking, so I could have a better quality of life.
But can't sleep lately. I got the shakes and.
No, I mean, because I guess I didn't realize I was drinking probably 4 to 5 times a week, and even if it was just like to fill time.
Like
if
you're bored.
If I would go somewhere and if I'm waiting for my food or something like that, it's
I'll have a drink.
I'll have a drink while I wait.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. It's like today I'm gonna go get food, and she was like, "Oh, you want a drink while you wait?" She's like, "It's gonna be 35 minutes," and I was just like, I was like, "Oh no, I'll just sit here." And I was like, "Boy, that 35 minutes never felt so fucking long."
Yeah, because you have something to do.
I mean, it was just like every little thing in there bothered me. The more I looked around, the more I hated what I saw. You know what I mean? The people. I was just like,
There's an episode of South Park where Stan starts drinking because he realizes everything is shitty.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Exactly. It's just like, oh god. I was just like, normally I would be in my own little world of like, oh, she's making a drink. That takes a little bit. I'm watching her make the drink and the whole 9 with
Got
that.
5 minutes on the drink making alone.
Right. And then it's like, do I like the drink? It was like, nah, you know what I mean? Then you hit the phone for a little bit, surf the web. Now you
before you know it, 20 minutes has passed.
20 minutes is gone.
Yeah. And then you had not even done drinking the drink yet.
Yeah, just the time that it took of just watching 35 minutes just slowly go by minute after minute. I'm like,
well, that's when you realize that you do drink because you're bored sometimes, or you just do it, like you said, to kill time.
Yeah, it's just a time filler.
Like
really.
if I have 2 hours to go, I'm like, I'd probably throw back a beer real quick or something like that.
Right, it's just like, why not?
Because it's going to take me half an hour to do it, 20 minutes to do it if I'm nursing it. You know what I mean?
I can admit, the only time that I was just that I really, really enjoy it is on a plane ride.
Yeah, I love drinking on planes.
You take away that on a plane ride, it's just like, whoa.
No, I think even if I quit drinking completely, I would still drink on planes.
It's just like, geez, how do you pass the time? Anything past
you're
2 hours.
You're stuck in a fucking chair.
And now you're going to be masked up next to some guy looking to talk.
Nah, get sloshed. It makes the time go by quicker.
The in-flight movie is no good. I'm shit.
What in-flight movie? You're JetBlue. You got little fucking TVs in the back. You watch whatever you want. Get hammered and watch goddamn Spider-Man 3.
I don't like watching superhero movies on planes.
You get hammered and you can watch the Care Bears movie, remastered edition.
I watch Passenger 57 and nothing else.
You watch Passenger 57?
Yeah,
I just watched that fucking movie.
Whenever I'm on the plane, I watch Passenger 57, then I see if I can spot the air marshal. I look around the plane and I'm just like...
I am Wesley Snipes.
It's always the guy with the white guy, block head, and looks like half asleep the whole time, hands folded, looks like he's half asleep the whole time, kind of just nonchalant, kind of, he'll hear a little something, cock his head this way, listen, cock his head back, text on his phone a little bit, you know what I mean? Might hit the dong once. It's just I can almost spot him right away when he's on the plane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All because of Passenger 57.
Yeah, but it's just I need to see Passenger 57 to get in that mindset of all right, where is he?
So you watch Passenger 57 and nothing else. Love it.
Yeah, it just puts me in the right mode. You know what I mean? That was young Wesley when he was at his greatest. Some would say.
I mean, oh man, you know what? I just watched the one with him and Sean Connery, Rising Sun, I think it's called.
Yeah, that was when Wesley can act. Before he became Karate Junior Man.
Oh yeah, Karate Junior
Before they
Man.
just relegated him to like, hey, you're just gonna do Blade movies.
It's so funny. I just watched a bunch of Wesley Snipes movies like the past couple days. The other one of my favorites growing up was Murder at 1600, where he solves the mystery in the White House.
Great acting job by Wesley.
Great acting job.
You know what I mean? Wesley once again acting his ass
He
off.
builds he's got a great character. He has who builds models of DC.
Yeah,
he's trying to help his tenants out.
Very
And he
believable.
solves a fucking murder in the White House.
Just like
Because Alan Alda decided that national security was an issue.
he was just like any action star
That's
at
right.
that time.
He could act.
Yeah, he was acting, and then all of a sudden he was just like, "Hey, you're just gonna do karate from here on out."
Yeah. Do you don't feel like he's getting back to act a little bit ever since like Eddie Murphy put him in Dolomite and shit? And he's going to be in Coming to America too.
Well, this is a thinner, more like humble Wesley. So he's taking on roles that he probably wouldn't normally take. But he was.
I'm surprised how funny I find him.
At his height, he was up there with the top action guys. It was him, Van Damme, Schwarzenegger.
He was the new guy.
Yeah, but then there was the Lethal Weapon guy. Like I don't even know how
The Lethal Weapon guy.
the Lethal Weapon guys. Like, the franchise. I just say
That's like Mel Gibson, Danny Glover.
Yeah, you just gotta say the franchise of Lethal Weapon because they just kept busting. They just kept hitting you with.
I always
seven
felt
of them.
his
It's like seven
pinnacle.
of those hoes or something. Like
I always felt Wesley's pinnacle was like Blade. Like I remember going to see Blade in the movie theaters and being like, "This is the biggest movie I've ever seen."
It starts. All right, so
Because after that, I'm saying it goes downhill.
all right, so we're in agreement. Blade 1, good movie.
Yes, Blade 2 is a good movie. Not a great movie. Not better than Blade.
It's not better than Blade. I mean, what are you gonna wait? Go ahead, finish your sentence. What are you gonna say?
I don't know. It depends on how much you like fucking the director of that, because he's the one that makes all the cool monsters and that shit. It's all right, visually, it's a better film. Story wise and Wesley wise, Blade 1's better.
Blade 1 is really good. Blade 2.
Those first two movies hold up too. I think you can watch.
You see, you know what? Blade 2, you just see where it's going.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing.
but I don't
with
think
Blade
it's
2.
bad.
Yeah, I can just see where it's headed.
Blade 3. This is in the middle of tax Wesley. This is not.
Was that the Ryan Reynolds Hunter House?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The metal teeth. I thought that shit. He was fighting Dracula, which
When
could
they
have
threw
been
Hunter
cool.
in there, I was like, oh boy.
With the metal teeth.
It's like, oh jeez.
Oh man, they always tried to get him to work as an action star. It never really worked.
I mean,
But Wesley was like that because after Blade, he had a couple movies. I remember the first Art of War was kind of cool. But that was it. Like after that, I can't name a lot of Wesley Snipe movies after Blade that I was like, that's an amazing film.
amazing. I mean,
Passenger 57 is an amazing film.
yes, it's really good. A really good action.
Blade is an
film.
amazing film.
You said what's another amazing Wesley Snipes
Name me a
film?
great movie that Wesley Snipe is in after Blade.
Look it up real quick. Look up the Wesley Snipes archive. I feel like
This is my favorite game in the
I
world.
feel like you're missing two. You're not off. I just feel like you're missing two, and you might be slighting because the tax thing happened, and then.
No, 3 was
All right, let's see.
like New Jack City is an amazing movie.
Yeah, but that's not.
I'm saying, like, that's what I
in
mean,
the
like, that's-
prior to Destiny.
All right, let's go.
That's in
We
the
got
prior
Wesley Snipes.
to.
Let's go from. All right, we're gonna go from Blade and up. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, Blade came out in '98.
Okay.
After that, that doesn't count. He was in the ringside. All right, Art of War was the next movie he was in that wasn't a cameo.
Art of War was a good movie. That
Yes.
was a good movie.
I saw that in theaters and I
Yeah.
liked that movie.
And that was when he started to get on his super karate
Still an acting job.
Still
He's-
acting.
Yeah.
But the karate was a big factor in that.
He did a TV movie in 2000
And then you remember, you know
called
what I did?
Disappearing Acts. What the fuck is this?
You know what I didn't like about that movie also was they tried to make the hot chick the one with the small arm.
Oh, in Art of War.
In the Art of War, like his love interest was all of a sudden, what do you call him, senpai or whatever? You call Sean Connery the whole time senpai.
I can't. Senpai or something like that.
He's
Yeah.
like, sorry, senpai.
Yeah.
You know? So it was, that was when he was. It just so happened that Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes would be hooked up together on a case when they both are karate guys.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
It's
what's
just-
the best part about that movie.
know,
They're both karate guys.
Who would have thought, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, do you know karate? I know karate.
Yeah,
Guess
exactly.
what we can go out and do together. It's motherfucking karate.
Excuse me. Do you know the art of the chop?
Yes, I do. And thank you for asking me, Irish man. I don't really trust that much that I keep on making it well known that I don't trust.
I can't be as racist as I want to be with Sean Connery with this bit, but it's there.
He's not like Wesley doesn't trust them the whole movie. And
He
then,
doesn't trust in the whole movie, but that's what I love about it.
But then Wesley's tied up in some shady shit also. You know
Yep.
what I mean? It's just like, well, you can't be
He
Well, they
played a great cop, and then he just stopped playing cops. He was always like a good. Do you remember like new? Wait, no. Let's figure this out right here. I'm sorry. Let's go back to Liberty Stands Still.
Oh, that was well. Let's go back to the movie catalog. So, Art of War was another. So you missed Art of War. I said so that was a good one.
I said Art of War. First
right.
one I said. After that, he was in a TV movie called Disappearing Acts.
I never heard of that.
A couple in the midst of a tumultuous relationship.
Nah, that was when
Fight to stay together.
Nah.
Okay, so he's trying to act in that. Haven't seen that.
Nope.
He was in a movie called Zigzag in 2002.
I seen it. I think it went right to DVD.
All right, so this is, and he's a lead. Oh, John Leguizamo. Yeah, I remember this movie.
Tu Wong Fu.
No, he's Zigzag. This is a movie with John Leguizamo in it too.
Yeah.
All right, but this is also when like the TV movie.
Tu Wong Fu. Eddie also showed his acting chops in Tu Wong. Wesley showed his acting chops in Tu Wong Fu. With,
I love Tu Wong Fu. I think that movie's great.
I wouldn't say I love Tu Wong Fu, but
whatever, man. I'm comfortable with myself.
That's not about being comfortable or not. I mean,
Why are you sweating?
Patrick Swayze's not a great actor.
How dare you?
What was he good in? Black Dog.
Yeah, dude. With Meatloaf, that movie fucking rules.
He was good in that.
Ghost.
No, something.
Dude, fucking The Outsiders.
No, Dragons in Little China or something.
That's not. He's not in that movie.
That's not Patrick Swayze.
That's fucking Kurt Russell.
Holy shit! It is Kurt Russell.
I don't. This is why I don't rely on you for movie advice.
He
You don't know
wasn't even
shit.
good in that. See, look at that. He couldn't even do that right.
Oh, you couldn't? You couldn't make up your mind? How do you confuse Kurt Russell with fucking
He was good whenever he has to dance. He's good. When was he dancing?
Dirty Dancing?
Yeah. Whenever he was dancing, he was good. Whenever
Yeah,
he had
you ever saw The Outsiders? Movie rules.
Yeah, he was good in Outsiders also.
That's
but
an ensemble movie though.
But they were all young. They were all good in that movie. He was bad in the movie. You know what I mean? Like,
I never loved the what was that
the
movie with all the
Estevez
Russians that fall? They come in. I never the Wolverines. What was that movie? Right, Red Dawn.
Oh yes, yeah.
I was never a huge Red Dawn fan, to be fair.
The Swayze catalog. You talk about a hot guy who could he was just hair and hips. You know what I mean? Like
That was like the era though. He had that like him and Mel Gibson had that like weird frock of hair that like kind of looked like it sat in their head.
You know what? Patrick Swayze never got me too'd.
What's that?
Never got me too'd.
No, apparently a joy to work with too. Just so
You would have thought. Yeah. I would have thought he would have got a little grabby
with that movie about dating that 14-year-old. You would have thought.
Yeah, I was like, I could have guessed Swayze cornered a chick or two.
Every girl I know loves Dirty Dancing. It's a little creepy.
It's like you want this.
It's a little creepy. Hey, lover boy. That's what you want. You're gonna Me Too everybody right now, but you're gonna watch Dirty Dancing? How dare you?
Was Dirty Dancing the outlawed dancing? Is that what was that?
No,
that was,
Dirty Dancing
Footloose.
was about Footloose. That was Kevin
Footloose.
Bacon.
Yeah, that was Kevin Bacon. Yeah.
Wait, I'm back to Wesley because I
back to Wesley.
want to see if I'm right on this. So
There was one.
Oh, because the next one, 2002, is Blade 2, which was a big hit.
Yeah, which is a big hit. We'll take that out of that, but good.
But then his next movie was Undisputed, which is with a boxing movie with Ving Rhames.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good.
It was a mid-level theater film. Those don't
Right.
exist anymore.
Right. You wouldn't go to the theater today to see it, but
Oh, I think this is the beginning of the end, though. The next one is Unstoppable.
with Wesley Snipes? I mean,
Yeah.
with Denzel Washington?
No. This is Wesley Snipes' Unstoppable, starring nobody we know except one of the guys from Sons of Anarchy and Wesley Snipes.
Who from Sons of Anarchy?
Kim Coates. He played Tig.
Nah, not good enough.
See? All right. And then his Blade Trinity. That's in 2004. This is really all of his directive. Wow, it was a fast fall, man.
So he was doing Black Marvel movies and shit before, you know.
Blade was the first. I've always credited Blade
Yeah.
was the first real successful Marvel. It came out before Spider-Man, came out before X-Men, and it was a hit.
You think, you know, was Stan Lee making cameos in those, though? You know?
No,
he was not.
it was not.
Interesting.
And the original, I think they were originally going to do a Black Lightning movie back in the 70s. But the funding got pulled the day after into production, if I remember the lore correctly. But there's like shots of it on them, like it looked campy as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, but it's always
I got a joke in my act about how Stan Lee made the X-Men kind of after civil rights leaders, how like Magneto was Malcolm X and Professor X was Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
I used to have a joke in my bit about that, but
That's it. I used to have a joke about that.
I mean,
What's the
bit? You know what? Maybe
You said it so like it's like, but it's a meaningful joke, and we're in hard times right now, and I don't.
No, it was. I made some reference that got a half a clap. I don't know. It's not worth saying.
I feel like because from our era, we always try to make these like '90s references and make them work for us.
I think that the show I did that night, it was at a restaurant, and I believe it went over well.
I think I was on that show with you.
You might have been on that show.
Yeah.
I believe it went over pretty well. Everybody was like, yeah.
Yeah, X-Men. I remember that show.
He did, didn't he?
I can't go up there and be like, I was walking, like that Spunky from Rocko's Modern Life. If I get a laugh on that, I'm like, fuck yes.
You know, they signed Stan Lee to like a bad Motown deal. He didn't die like he didn't die like
No.
a billionaire like you thought he would.
And that was like the misconception. Here's the thing about Stan Lee. Stan Lee did some things like, there's like a lot of weird stuff between him and Jack Kirby about like the selling of his art.
He was just like really happy to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what happened is Stan Lee sold them. This is why Marvel was so fucked with movies for so long. So they sold the movie rights off separately to everything. That's why when they said the connected universe, they're like, but there's no Spider-Man, there's no X-Men because we sold them off back in the 80s.
Right.
So that's how they stayed afloat because Marvel went under almost several times. Mm-hmm. And the way that they got him out of it is Stan Lee wouldn't sell the movie rights to the character off because the character was still successful. There was still like there was no movies of
characters
it.
have value still. Yeah.
Characters have value, but nobody was reading comics. So that's why that's why everybody's like, they got Spider-Man back, or everybody's fucking coming in their pants that this shit's happening.
Well, we will see.
I mean, 11 years is pretty impressive. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
11 years of movies, whether you like it or hate it, you got to admit that's a fucking something.
Yeah. So Wesley just had the art of was the
That's
shit.
it. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
telling
that
you,
was
dude.
it. Yeah.
After Blade, it was like a.
All right, you were right about that. Then maybe Wesley did fall off. I thought he had 2 joints after that, but,
But
just
look
the
at the
one.
lead up to it, man. Look, U.S. Marshals,
But not everybody can make that. Not everybody can
The
make that.
Fan, man, he was doing huge films. It was after Blade. I think he got typecast after Blade as a karate guy.
But everybody's trying to make that Keaton comeback.
Dude, I don't
You
know.
know what I mean?
That's a
That-
rare.
I mean-
You know who almost did it? Mickey Rourke.
I
He
think
almost
kinda
did it.
I
But
think
he
you have to
did,
say he did it.
But he didn't stay there. He was huge and in demand after The Wrestler.
You know, once you do an expendable movie, you're out. Yeah.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, once
Jason
you-
Statham just manages to stay afloat no matter what. He'll come out with some brilliant, high-budget film every couple of years.
not anymore.
Yeah, it will happen. You'll see.
Statham will never have another box office hit ever again. No.
That's not true.
Not
He's
as-
what are you
not
talking
as
about? He's
the
part of
guy.
the Fast and Furious franchise.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. I'm sorry. That was harsh.
No, that's the Rock though. If that was a Statham movie,
that's
it wouldn't.
Vin Diesel.
I mean, that's a Rock franchise though.
It is now.
You know, they got on those coattails and they were like,
No, but it's
"Whee!"
not. No, it's literally like. No, but this is exactly what happened. They're like, Fast and Furious is back, and it's more extreme. Oh, man, Vin Diesel's awesome. You think Vin Diesel's cool? Here comes The Rock. Oh, man, The Rock is awesome. Now it's all about The Rock. And then Statham comes in and says, like, we just want these two. So they said, okay, we're just going to make a whole franchise of just about these two.
Well, The Rock and Vin Diesel supposedly got into a little scuffle.
You think
or
that's
whatever.
true?
I think there was some,
I always heard that was just like kind of a work.
or it could have been, it's just
Drum
like,
up
hey,
press.
you know, Rock wouldn't have let Vin Diesel probably said something, and Rock had to let him know, like, well, no, it'll go this way. You know what I mean? And then he was like, what? It was like, no, we're gonna do it this way. And then
I could see that.
So I think it was more that of, well, who gets final say? And it was like, well, I get final say.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
The first one that The Rock is in is like considered one of the best Fast and the Furious. It's like right before it gets too ridiculous,
Yeah.
where it's still like actiony, but like not like flying safes just yet.
Vin Diesel needed Paul Walker.
Yeah, I'll
know,
put it out.
as a-
Paul Walker was the better actor.
As a tandem, they were very good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were, you know, Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
You know, they were, you know,
It's true, man.
Glover
But they were
and
like
Gibson.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
a better,
you know?
a better kind of Glover and Gibson.
Make them sound like they were Pippen and Jordan. They were, you know, like it's like old 90s basketball stars.
I don't think fucking like duos like that exist anymore, though. I don't think franchises exist outside
Jonah
of superhero
Hill
films.
and
That was the last
and
one to do it.
Tatum,
I stand
they do
corrected.
it.
You're right.
Yeah, they do it.
I wanted to see that continue into all different places, but they
And
just.
Sandler and his whole crew, they were in every one of they.
I mean, like buddy cop action guys, though.
Oh,
Sandler's just kicking back, making money. God bless.
yeah, he just signs those Netflix deals and just races.
Some people
in.
are like, "How
Yeah.
dare he?" And I think about it. I'm like, you know what? If it was me, and they're like, I'm like, what? 2 months to shoot these things? Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah,
$60 billion, whatever they paid him.
And they're actually good movies. I like all those Netflix
The one with Jennifer
movies
Aniston was not bad. I like that one.
I laugh at them all.
The Halloween one was not great.
Yeah, I laugh at them all. I think it's all pretty good to me.
I think the only one that I didn't laugh at was the Ridiculous Six. Something about that, I'm like, I just don't think this is funny.
No, I mean, listen, I say all of them. I'll take that out of that too. I didn't think that was funny either. But
Yeah.
the rest of them I found amusing.
Yeah, but he also produced a bunch of David Spade movies.
David Spade
That was because
movies
that was-
are funny to some extent. Yeah, like he finds a way to still.
The Wrong Karen or whatever the last one was.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one, but he
see
finds a
that
way
either.
to be like adult funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. But maybe he like Adam Sandler has managed to not go the way of Wesley Snipes. But Wesley's making a comeback in a small way. Because everybody wants that Keaton comeback.
I mean, Keaton.
But Keaton literally came back and now he's Batman again.
They said he just signed on to be Batman again. They want to see him in the Batman Beyond series, which would be dope as old.
That's
Batman.
actually
Yeah.
a big favorite amongst a lot of my
Yeah,
friends.
then they got to find a not too big of a star to play, the Batman Beyond character, not Bruce, but
Terry
yeah.
McGinnis. I know my shit.
That would be dope though.
That would be like
crazy.
to see a movie version of that show, like him flying with the wings and the weird villains and that kind of like super like what is that, like Blade Runner-esque city that
Right.
of Gotham has become. Crotchety old Bruce.
And they said that DiCaprio's going to sign up to do one,
A DC film?
or one of the two. Yeah.
See,
A
this is the
superhero
thing now,
film,
man.
yeah.
Who's gonna do? Even if it's one character, like
If he comes in as a villain, that would be dope. A villain
That's
that
his
stays
thing
around
now.
for like three movies, like
Yeah.
a 3-movie villain.
I feel like he'd do better in like DC than Marvel, only because like he could do both, but like
I think he has to play a darker like.
I think he'll get a chance to do something a
Yeah.
little darker with DC, and he's good at like after like Django. I'm like, well, this guy's can play a great villain.
Yeah, he likes saying the N-word, Leo.
Oh yeah,
Joy's a good inbound.
so does Quentin Tarantino.
I like Quentin Tarantino too. Quentin has a foot fetish that I understand.
That's never been clearer than it was in fucking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Sure. I mean, hey, it's yours. It's yours. You can do what you want with it.
No, man. No, I'm saying whatever it is, man.
Hey, it's just a different point of view, just a different angle. POV.
But it's always funny because you can always tell because it's such a scene where it's like with Uma Thurman's feet in Kill Bill, that one. The first shot of her in Pulp Fiction is from her feet up. Jackie Brown, I can't remember. Reservoir Dogs, I can't remember. But there's and then in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's the hitchhiker with her feet on the window for like the whole scene.
Right.
That's the most extreme one.
I mean, but girls do that. They put
I don't
their feet
remember
in the
if
windshield.
they did it in Hateful Eight.
Girls put their feet in the windshield all the time. I meant to ask you to start off with, how was your holidays?
Oh shit, we just went on a tangent.
No, it's fine. Whatever.
Wesley Snipes. It was good. I dislocated my arm again.
Doing what?
Well, I initially screwed it up. I was cleaning. It was after the holidays, and it was like 2 days after Christmas. I was like cleaning a bunch of stuff out, like all the boxes and shit out of the house. And I went to grab something, and I grabbed it from I dislocated my arm in the past, and I grabbed it at a weird angle, and I picked it up, and I just it felt weird. And then when I turned my arm, it like clicked back into place, and I'm like, that's not good. Probably.
So jerking off.
Yeah, because when you have to get your arm all the way up for having a 3-foot dick, you kind of like stretches the
Oh,
bones
you
a
could
little
just
bit.
be jerking off a very small dick, very vivaciously.
Well, it's kind of the
Fucking
same
hurt
thing.
yourself.
What I did is I was playing.
You jerk off at the speed of light with a very small dick and still hurt yourself.
You want me to tell you something, Keith? Is everything okay?
I'm just telling you. I mean, I could see a scenario where you have those like you have like fits of rage. I feel like sometimes you could have been like
It's called
rage.
chemical
You could have
imbalance.
been small dick rage beating and hurt and just threw it out of place. Just a simple miscalculation on your part.
So you're saying the reason why I dislocated my arm is because I had small dick rage beating.
No, you were rage beating your small dick, and then
Small
you
dick
hurt.
rage beating. How is that different?
I feel like the way you worded it made it sound like
I feel like the way I worded it makes it sound more regal.
no, because you weren't doing it because you were in rage. You're already just in a rage. You weren't mad at your dick for being small. That's why you were jerking off that way. You just were in a rage anyway.
God, I've known you for 10 years, and I figured you would know me better than this.
I'm just one scenario.
15 years I've known this guy, and he doesn't know a damn thing about it. 25 years I've known Keith Fairfax.
45 years later.
45 years I've known him, and 60 years still the same.
Still raging.
No, what happened was it was kind of similar to rage dick beating. My sister got Linoculus for Christmas,
Ooh.
which
Yeah.
was actually really super cool.
People have been hurting themselves with the old Oculuses.
Other people have?
Yeah, I've heard a couple stories of people hurting themselves. Yes,
That's fucking hilarious
That's
because
funny.
there's a game called like Beat Saber on there. It's a
yeah.
really fun game.
And that's how people hurt
And
themselves.
I went and just hit my
Training
arm.
mode?
Yeah,
Just
but I
swinging it
felt,
around?
yep, swinging it around.
Hilarious.
And I had the best part about it was it came out of my socket. And I was just like, like mom was home, and I was just like, hey, I need help. Like, I didn't know what else to do. I was like, you got to take me to the hospital. Like, this
I gotta get one. Yeah.
Because I could feel the indent. And I was like, I go to the hospital. They took me to the hospital, and they made me say how I dislocated it like 8 times. I was just like, can I not say this again? Like, the amount of times I've done stuff and not got hurt, like, I've literally fallen off of a roof before and, like, on my neck and then walked away fine. Like 2 months prior to this.
Yeah, I mean,
And then I do it doing the stupidest fucking thing.
I was against it just because I was just like, I don't want to have a thing on, but just like
Super comfortable.
I don't know. I just like, I don't need it. Like, for what? Like, what? I don't know. I got enough shit to do, but the more I heard about that, my son was telling me, he was like, yo, he's like, it's pretty dope having like Darth Vader walk into your living room.
I had that happen. That was pretty cool.
I was like, that sounds pretty dope.
It's pretty dope. I had it. I don't even like Star Wars that much, but he talked to me.
Yeah, I was just like, all right.
Is that stupid thing you do? You're like, I don't need something, and then you have to pretend like you don't care about that thing that they just said.
No, I was just like, when you put it like that, I was like, all right, now you that's what they should show, in the previews.
They got this whole game where you're a Jedi training thing, and it's the thing, like the fucking
little balls that
little
pop
ball,
up.
yeah.
Right.
And you have to block that, and then you have to fight robots, and you fucking sword fight the things.
Right.
It's not like, because it's weird, and I'm like, it's like, of course you do. It's virtual reality, but like, I've been pressing buttons on a controller since I was 9.
Right.
So when you throw this shit at me, I'm gonna go nuts and throw my arm out.
It's the moment we all been waiting for.
I know, right?
I hear you.
They told me to take Motrin for the pain.
They pop it back in.
Actually, yeah, that's funny. So when I got in the hospital, they were like, yeah, it's out. And I'm like, okay, what?
Tell me something I don't know.
Tell me something I don't know. Like, because I could only comfortable position I could hold it in was like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at, I was waving at everybody. Mm-hmm. So I'm laying on the couch like this, and everybody's just like, okay, we're gonna have to put you under. I'm like, put me under? What the fuck are you talking about? And he goes, we're gonna give you like an anesthetic, low anesthetic. You're gonna go out for like 20 minutes because I have to put my full weight behind your arm.
Right.
So apparently what they did is they were doing this as they were putting me under. They were like strapping me to the bed. Mm. And it was a little scary because for a moment I was like, if I wake up, there's a possibility that I'm either going to be a genetic mutation or my arm's going to be completely gone. Because that was the last 2 things that went through my mind. But apparently they had to like put their full weight behind it, and I woke up like 20 minutes later. It's crazy.
Interesting. Boy, I feel like they just banged your insurance for a whole bunch.
I don't have insurance.
Yeah, I feel like all of that was unnecessary. I don't know. I remember I took my shoulder I knocked my shoulder out of the socket clapping boards in high school. I hit this kid with they call it the sham guard. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
What is that?
Sham guard. It's a crick in and out crossover, and I was coming down the court, and I hit him with the sham guard, crossed over again. I went to go clap boards, and I knocked my shoulder at a place. And
was it completely out, or was it just
completely out? Yeah. Basketball coach came over there, put his arm underneath my shoulder, and just hiked it back in, and just like taped it around my arm and chest, and that was really it. And I just sat out for 2 games and came back and played. Yeah,
I'll tell you, I physically couldn't move my arm.
Yeah, no, I couldn't play anymore.
But I
but it
couldn't
was
put
just
it
like,
down.
I didn't go to the hospital.
Oh, that was I didn't know what else to do.
Just rubbed a little dirt on it, manned up. I mean, but you do your thing too. You go to the hospital, do whatever you got to do.
Call me whatever, man. My arm's still in my socket.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying too.
Some of us are warriors, some of us aren't.
I'm just saying. Some of us are thin, some of us are not.
I hear you.
I wish I could over your fat. No, I'm sorry.
Lord works in mysterious ways.
Oh my God.
But listen, we're gonna close out this portion of Fairfax with Fairfax. And
everybody should check out Disappearing Acts, starring Wesley Snipes as Franklin Swift, a TV movie about a failed marriage.
Disappearing Acts, Wesley Snipes. That's the movie to watch for this upcoming weekend.
This is actually the character that Keith is going to be dressing up for his Halloween this year. So everybody check it out.
If anything, I would dress like Wesley Snipes in
Please say
Jungle Fever.
Jungle Fever?
Yeah.
I thought that was Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
All right.
All right, we'll see you after the break. Fairfax with Fairfax. All right, so what we got on the docket?
Oh, well, the normal afternoon updates of the police blotter, update on the missing Ortega child.
I don't want to do that. Send that to the night team. This is daytime news, baby. I'm doing prime
Yeah,
time.
but this just happened. This is daytime news. This is this is a follow up to a story that happened last night. You're getting the first.
I want this shit to be like Narcos. Okay, I don't want no. You don't give me no. Is it keys? Is it keys of cocaine or is it a bust?
Yeah, sure. It's keys. Anyway, just do the story. Anyway.
Hey, Andrea.
So.
You act like you don't know me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's not start this right
all right.
Back here.
Okay,
John,
you don't remember me
Hey,
now.
No, Andrea, it's fine.
Why does she act like that all the fucking
she's not
time?
acting like
you don't
anything.
remember
She was
that?
walking
All right.
down the hallway.
You don't remember me? Put this. I want sound out. Put this on the whole fucking
What are you
thing.
doing? No, John, you
Put
can't
this on the whole
What is
thing.
he doing? No, don't listen to him. People in the sound booth don't listen to. What is he? What?
Yeah. Andrea.
No, Andrea.
Do you remember the time?
Andrea,
Hey,
don't do this right now.
do you remember? Yeah. When we was bumping and grinding, you remember the time?
Andrea, you can go back. No.
Yeah. Hey.
I yes. I
Andrea.
understand.
Yeah.
I can't
When we're
do
bumping
this.
and grinding, remember the time when
Because
you
you won't
screwed me
listen to
in the stock room. You remember the time when we
Yes, he's
first
singing.
met, girl.
I will talk. John, John, you can't. I mean it, John.
She
you
said
can't.
she wanted some climbing.
already
I
let you
gave her
smoke, so you
winter
can't-
storm.
I know he's probably drunk, Eric. I know he's probably drunk, Eric. Go back to being a grip.
When I was to
MF Doom.
Rest in peace, man.
You must forget guys exist until like they pass away. It's like,
Well, it's because different things become like up front and everything. Apparently, he was like pretty relevant, although he was doing a lot of producing shit,
yeah, it's just
like
like,
up high level stuff.
it's like I almost forgot how much I like this music. You know what I mean?
Because music's so different. No one's making stuff like this.
Right.
This doesn't really exist. I mean, I'm not shitting on. I'm not one of those. Everything sucks. That's new. I'm just saying nobody makes what he does.
Right, very
That
true.
kind of like cool, easy listening rap, hip hop, man. That Wu-Tang. It's like Wu-Tang Clan, like old stuff from the '90s almost.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
And he had that fucking mask on. Wore the shit out. I always thought that was so cool.
Never
That's the
seen him
whole-
without it.
The whole reason I got into it was because I saw an album cover in like the wall. Was it like the Wall? Remember that store, the Wall? I was in there and I saw that, and I was like, that looked because I was a big comic book guy.
Yeah, the Doomsday cover. Yeah,
Yeah, it was so cool, dude. It was a good album too. I
Yeah.
wasn't disappointed.
Well, right now we're in the
Oh, it's on a
COVID.
solemn note. We're like, fuck.
No, yeah, it just says COVID 21 times. I don't think he died from COVID at all, but it's just
No.
during the COVID 21 times. You know what's funny? Landis, I want you to mark this segment as the conspiracy hour. All
Are
right.
we gonna get like theme music for this?
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh no.
There you go. That's it. That's a good one.
Yeah, so we're gonna throw in some spookier conspiracy music, and I'm gonna read you my latest conspiracy that I came up.
This is your personal conspiracy.
It's my own personal conspiracy
I'd love to hear
that
it.
I've concocted. You know, I have no backing behind it whatsoever, other than I just saw something that looked fishy, and I went with my senses. All right, so hear me out on this, and then you tell me if I'm just whistling Dixie.
All right.
Okay. Let me just find out where I sent it to myself. All right. So this is in reference to COVID-19. All right, I'm going to read you the synopsis. A group of misguided animal rights activists free a caged chimp infected with the rage virus, form of medical research from a medical research lab. When London bike carrier Jim wakes up from a coma a month after, he finds the city all but deserted, on the run from zombie-like victims from the virus rage. Jim stumbles upon a group of survivors, and they embark on their journey to try to find safety. All right.
That's
if you got bit by, so the synopsis of this is if you got bit by this monkey, this virus came about, then you had to get a like shot within, like you had to get you had to get the vaccine within 28 days. All right, now let me read you this.
You just described the plot to the movie 28 Days Later.
Correct.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
All right, now let me read you this. A group of misguided animal rights activists free a caged bat infected with COVID-19 virus from a medical research lab. When Wuhan bike carrier Jim wakes up from a coma a month later, the city is deserted and he's on the run from zombie-like victims of the COVID-19 virus. Jim stumbles upon a group of survivors and they try to find safety. Okay, now listen.
Okay.
The Moderna vaccine. It's 2 shots. You take the one the first day. You know how long you wait till you take the second shot?
28 days.
28 days.
Dude, I want that to be true so
28
bad.
days.
I'm going to be honest with you. Conspiracy. You got to you got to zoom in on him and do like the.
Come on, you know what I mean? Am I crazy or is it?
No, it sounds great.
You change a couple of details around, and all of a sudden, wang bang zoom.
It's amazing how well that fits. I will say it's
wang
amazing.
Bang zoom. Huh?
Did you do that yourself?
Yes, I did.
That's fucking amazing.
Yes, I did. I quickly switched that around. I was like,
dude.
Shankies.
You gonna get the vaccine?
No, I'm not going to get the vaccine. Not because I'm an anti-vax or anything like that. It's just simply because one of the side effects is Bell's palsy.
Seriously?
Yes, and I already had Bell's palsy, and if you had it once, you're predisposed to get it again if there's something that triggers it.
Oh.
I can't have half the moneymaker out of commish, so I'm going to ixnay xnay on the vaccine A for now A.
So see, this is my issue. I want to get it. 100% want to get it. I'm all for getting it. By the way,
28 days.
But like, it's just like I'd be lying to myself if I wasn't like a little bit worried about like some stuff. But I want to get it
for the podcast. Could you do me a solid?
What?
Hear me out.
Here we go.
You get the first shot.
Yeah.
Wait 29 days to get the second.
Come back on live, see what happens.
Come back on the 29th day, and let's just tell them you had to work or whatever, and you're gonna come on the 29th day.
Just sitting here sweating and pale. I don't know if this is a good idea, Keith.
It's just is it weird?
It's the beginning to the fucking movie.
All right, I'm just throwing it out there. It's just 28 days later. You need the second shot.
I mean, it would be. If I got the first shot, I would be like, I wonder what would happen. What if you get mind powers? What if something good happens?
Has it been 28 days since the first person has got a shot that they got the second one?
When do they start doing vaccinations?
I don't know. Landis, look up when they
I
started.
I saw Kamala Harris got a shot.
vaccinations.
Some shit on the news.
Yeah, but has it been 28 days since the first initial?
Why do they have to wait 28 days? I think my friend got it.
It's a 2-shot procedure.
I think because my friend works in a hospital. I think he got vaccinated, if I remember.
I know a couple of people got vaccinated. I just not 28. They didn't get the second.
They didn't get the second shot.
Yeah,
yet.
no.
I did not know it was 2 shots. December 14th. All right, so
not yet. So nobody's gotten the second shot yet. Unless is the Pfizer. Look up. Is the Pfizer 2 shots also? I know Moderna's 2 shots. I don't know if Pfizer's 2 shots.
You have a choice.
It's just where you go. It's just what hospital you go to, what place you go to, whether they have Pfizer, Moderna. Yeah.
Okay. But all right, so maybe 1 shot, the other one maybe 2. Is that better? Does that make it better or worse?
They maybe both be 2 shots. I just know Moderna is.
Too many horrifying questions.
Yeah, I did it based off the Moderna.
So you're saying you're going to chill and see if they come out with something a little bit. Because you've had palsy before.
I've had Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy
before.
before.
Shuts off half your face. Yeah.
Don't want to get it again.
Don't want to get it again. No.
So that's reasonable. I understand that.
Pfizer's 2 shots also. All right. So either way, you got to get the 2 shots. Yeah. So
okay.
Nobody's had it. Nobody. So we're right now. We're in what I would like to call the red zone.
Okay.
Oh, Pfizer's only 21 days.
21 days later.
Ahoy, Malloy.
So that I can get results a little bit quicker. That's what I always said. If there's going to be a zombie uprising, it would happen with the vaccinations, not with the actual disease.
Yeah, they tried to guinea pig some black people out there early, put us on Front Street. Yeah, this is how they introduced crack in the 80s.
That's true. 100%. No, it's 100% true. I believe that 100%.
No, it is true. You know what I mean? The joke,
that's not like
the joke is funny, and it's also the truth.
Yeah, the joke is funny because it's true.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
And I guess we're doing the same thing to suburban white kids with heroin. So, what goes around comes around.
Till it hits your home, then you care.
What did Dave Chappelle say? Well, I don't really care either. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, man. What else did I see? Oh, did you see what happened with the? We were talking about it before. You definitely seen it, but the Bond girl.
That was fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because that happened. A lot of weird. It seemed like a very ominous week. Like I had some friends of some people had passed away. Like I knew and everything like that. Not from COVID.
Okay.
No, not from COVID. It was just like, and then I saw that and I'm like, ooh, this is a solemn week on all fronts. I guess. Do you know what I mean?
Right. No, definitely. Yeah.
And I saw a lot of people put posts up to it because a lot of people like grew up with everything like that. And I know some people who are fans of like old movies and everything. So I was like, that sucks. She was really cool. She was Charlie's Angel too, right?
Yes, she was.
And then literally the next day, right? Not Tanya Harding. Fucking she's
Tanya Harding.
I said Tanya Harding. Tanya Roberts, right?
Tanya Roberts.
Tanya Roberts is live.
Yeah. You know what's funny? No one cared about figure skating when Tanya no one gave a fuck about figure skating at the time. Like it just because it was crazy what happened, but like
no one cared about figure skating. People cared about this crazy bitch that fucking like hit. Well, I don't know. It depends on what version of the story you believe.
I think what she did was sexy.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, a crime of love. Passion.
You were not a Nancy Kerrigan fan?
No, I'd rather Tanya Harding.
You were more like if you had to pick, fuck, marry, kill, but you only have two.
I like that. I don't like crazy girls at all, but I like her type of crazy hot. Yeah, it's like, ooh, do anything to win.
But I feel like crazy hot for any human being.
Do anything to win. Got him. I'm gonna
go tell the fucking judge to suck my dick.
Sweep the leg.
Sweep. I want to
sweep the leg. But sweep the motherfucking leg.
For any females out there, Keith wants a strong female who can recite 80s quotes to him. Strong female that can recite 80s quotes to him.
If you could rub my back and recite 80s quotes, but you have to say it very sensual. Like I want Riggs.
You gotta do the long one. Hey, Riggs.
So you know what's funny? When I saw that,
sorry, that really got me. Okay.
When I saw that Tanya Roberts, she was one of my
That's a lot of childhood crushes,
her
right?
body.
She was hot. She's still kind of like old hot.
Yeah, she's still
like
old
aged
hot.
well.
But then I look at this dope. This one.
Oh, her fucking boyfriend.
I don't.
Who's apparently a piece of shit. I didn't know this.
I don't know if he. I hope he's like a gazillionaire. I mean,
he's got to come from money, right?
What's his name?
Kevin O'Brien.
See, ladies, look up if Kevin O'Brien, Tanya Harding.
I'm sorry. I
just said Tanya Harding.
I don't know why Tanya Harding is on my brain.
Tanya Roberts' love interest.
It's like O'Brien or something like that. But he looks like a rejected. He looks like
there's no way he comes from like this. He sounds like a simpleton.
He looks like he auditioned for the part of Super Mario and didn't get it.
So this is what happened. So he goes to the hospital, right? They say that she collapses walking the dog on like Christmas Eve or something like that. So he gets a phone call from the hospital saying that she's on her last rites, like she's like in her deathbed.
So wait, I'm sorry. They called him.
Yes.
Okay.
He gets a call from that. His words. This is coming from him.
I was making sure.
Yeah. And he goes down there, and she's like on an IV bag hooked up, and she's like all half in, half out of it, and he claims that she died in his arms, and then on top of that, he was so devastated he just walked out of the hospital and her
unconsolable, couldn't be talked to.
Couldn't be talked to. Didn't talk to anybody. Didn't try to be talked.
Just walked out of the hospital.
Just walked out.
Like she's dead. I'm going to leave.
She's dead. I'm going to leave.
Okay. Well, people deal with grief differently.
Her assistant picks him up, and then he relays the information to the assistant that she's dead. The assistant tells.
This is weird.
Her rep.
This is fucking weird.
Her rep tells TMZ and everybody else that Tanya Roberts is dead.
Like a full day.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wait, this is weird though.
Yeah. Correct.
He must not come from money. This is weird.
No, I took
so she collapsed walking the dog. He took her to the hospital.
No, he didn't take her to the hospital. Ambulance.
They found her?
somebody found her. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God, Tanya Roberts is fucking collapsed on the side of the road.
It could have been anything. Irrelevant to the situation of him being down there and then leaving without saying anything.
That's just really bizarre behavior.
Yeah. So and then the way he finds out that she did not pass away is in this interview, which I'm going to play right now.
Oh, this interview.
Mm-hmm.
It made headlines, the death of former Bond girl and Charlie's Angels actress Tanya Roberts. Then Stephen Fabian got quite a shock while speaking with her boyfriend.
Mystery surrounds the medical condition of Charlie's Angels actress Tanya Roberts, who was reported to have died yesterday and then today was said to be alive. Tanya suddenly collapsed on Christmas Eve after walking her 2 dogs. Newspapers.
They're showing a recent photo of her. She's not as hot as they showed her in the photo that I was saying how she was so hot. Like she's like
70 though.
Yeah, she's like old.
Yes, yeah, but if I feel
but
like
the
if
photo they
that's,
showed it must have been maybe she was like 60 something, where she was still really hot. But
Hey, you can-
yeah, she
whatever.
was she looks like she could have passed out walking the dogs in the recent photo I'm seeing. Yeah.
yes,
across the nation today carried reports of her death. And I was interviewing her longtime boyfriend, Lance O'Brien, when the shocking, almost impossible to believe news came in that Tanya was alive.
Now you're telling me that she's alive? Oh, thank the Lord. Thank God.
It's now I hear this. He's now you're telling me he's alive. Oh, thank the Lord! Oh, I really love my wife. You know, like
yeah, he was like, get the will. He was like, don't wait, don't hold on, wait, don't get the will yet. Don't get the will yet. She's still kicking. She's still kicking. Man.
do you know what there? Like, there's. I feel like there's something fishy there.
Oh, let's hear the rest of it.
Odd.
He says Tanya did not have COVID, but was placed on a ventilator because she was struggling to breathe. He says due to COVID-19 protocol, he was not allowed to be at her hospital bed at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center to comfort her until what he thought were her final hours yesterday. What just happened, Lance? What was that?
The hospital's telling me she's alive.
So the hospital just called you right now and told you that Tanya.
He looks like he should be on Maury or something. Like,
Yeah, no, I've seen. He looks like a fucking like a plumber for hire, doesn't he?
He looks. Yeah, he looks like he kidnaps kids.
He looks like he runs a small mini mart.
Hilarious. She's
What do
alive.
You think that was? I don't know. Do you remember that story about that girl that tried to have her husband killed and like her reaction when he was like, she's dead, and he was like,
Yeah.
It was so clearly fake.
DiPolito.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah,
that kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Like because do you think like there's a whole thing? They're like, I like tried to have her killed. Like they find out that she was poisoned or some shit. Wouldn't that be fucked up? His name's Lance O'Brien, by the way.
They said it's a long time boyfriend. But it just, boy, that just goes to show how women find men attractive for like goofy reasons. You know what I mean? But
That's true.
Silly
it's
shit.
The Jessica Rabbit complex.
Right. Yeah.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah. It's like, golly.
Yeah.
I'm funny. I chuck and jive. I tell jokes.
I dance, I sing. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't want to do that.
Easy. What else did I see?
Though, man. He is a fucking little portly dwarf, man. And he gets to bang Tanya Roberts.
He's bad, but he's not as bad as what's her name? Hilaria Baldwin. Hilarious
Baldwin is that?
Hilarious. You know what?
No,
she is hilarious.
you know what?
Baldwin.
I was trying to figure. I don't know how to say her fucking name.
She may be the funniest Baldwin of all. So she
may
came
be the
out.
funniest. Okay. Sorry.
She comes out trying to portray this Spanish heritage and this Spanish accent, and she went to you grew up in Boston. Like there's people that went to high school with you that know who you are and know like they're like you didn't have that accent, and like she'll occasionally at shows and stuff like that throw this Spanish accent on.
But it's the worst.
But listen, the
Yes,
best
play the clip.
The best thing about it is here we go. Yeah, here it is. This is the best thing.
Very few ingredients. We have tomatoes. We have how do you say it? Cucumbers. We have.
It's how do you say it in English?
How you say cucumber?
She puts the most generic that's the kind of voice you put on.
Listen to. How do you say it in English? She said, "Bitch, you know how to say cucumber."
She doesn't have the accent in the beginning of it either.
Let's listen back one more time.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We have tomatoes. We have how do you say it? Cucumbers. We have.
She doesn't have an accent that was. It's not like the broken English of some woman that you've met in the streets. That's like only knows a little bit of English. I guess this is like we have tomatoes, we have asparagus, and how do you say? She gets so ethnic out of nowhere.
Yo, she said, "How do you say?" It looked like a hawk dick.
Yeah, that's what it sounds
like. Like hawk dick. How do you say?
I am so sorry. My English isn't very good.
Can you please help me?
My name is Hilaria, and I am here.
I am here to say I am the unique Baldwin.
And now everybody's aren't they pissed off because everybody's questioning their heritage, like her heritage, like.
She was like
she has the accent. She grew up in Boston, right?
No, the whole thing is that she would go stay she has family in Spain.
That's
so
fine.
So she would go to Spain for years.
So she does have Spanish heritage.
No, her real name is Hilaria
Scott.
Something like
Anderson.
That. Right. It really is. It's her father's last name is Henderson or something like that. It's no Spanish name.
She's also from Boston too, so it's kind of it's like my father, this is Manuel. It's like Jesus Christ, stop talking like that, Hillary.
It's like I've been to Jamaica twice, I didn't come back. Hey man.
Oh, yeah, I know guys like that.
Reg day man.
So I know guys are legit I think the white guy equivalent to that is when white guys
usually British.
No, yeah, it's English.
Usually,
I know guys that did that. And all of a sudden, they come back and they're like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Throw some British slang in there.
Oh no, they do that, and I'm like, it's not cool, dude.
I love it. I'm like, what's he whatting?
I know people that'll do the accent sometimes.
He's like,
hey, try to play it off.
Hey, you mind grabbing me that out of the cupboard? It's like,
no.
The where? The cupboard. I'm like, the cupboard. What the fuck are you talking about? This ain't Mary Poppins.
It's a cabinet. Cupboard.
Yeah.
What are you chimney around here for? Oh my God. Yeah, that's the white guy equivalent to that. They'll do the Irish accent. That's the Irish accent.
Anybody seen my telly?
Oh man, I hate it. I like to get drunk and pretend to do voices as much as the next person, but that sometimes when you think you can pull it off in your day-to-day life, but she adapted it.
Oh no! So now they're killing her on Twitter.
Yeah, I know everybody's demolishing her.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on it? Honestly,
I mean, she's not a bad person.
That's what I mean. It's a little weird.
Listen, you know what it is? She just probably wasn't unique. It's just she's
an author, right? That's her whole thing. Podcaster.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, she's a YouTuber, I believe.
Yeah.
Haley Baldwin is, she's dating Justin Bieber, so she's, she's popular as pie.
Yeah, didn't he cover up all his tattoos in his new video or some shit?
Yeah, I saw a video. Yeah, he's, he's always doing something.
I used to hate him. I really did.
Oh, I love the Biebs.
No, I used to. I've come around to it. I'm just like, he probably is a little bit of a twat, a little bit. But you got a sense of humor.
He has Michael Jackson popularity. He can't walk out of the house.
Is that the next? Is that the
level? He can't walk out of the house. And
everybody knows.
I've never heard of him doing anything weird.
No, a lot of hookers just videotape him. Apparently, he would do childish shit, like egg his neighbor's house. That's all I knew.
And I'm pretty sure his neighbors were very wealthy, and they were just
they sold those eggs on eBay.
I wonder if he got emancipated young.
I don't know if he had. No, I thought he had a good upbringing.
Yeah, actually, I think his parents were good. Yeah,
he had a good supportive upbringing.
Yeah, it was like Tony Hawk's, like how he is with his kids.
Yeah, I appreciate the moxie. Yeah, I appreciate the moxie on the Biebs is what it is now. I'm like, you know what? Not my cup of tea, but I appreciate the moxie.
I love the Biebs. Yeah. He'll make white music, black music, everybody music.
The Despacito stuff's really funny to me. It's like you didn't really think he memorized all those words, did you? That's a song.
I was like, go ahead, Beeper, kill it, boy.
Yeah.
Kill it.
No, but you saw him do it live, and he was like,
I was like, get him, Beep, Despacito.
And when the fucking chorus, it's like when you're singing a song in the car and you don't know the fucking words to the actual verse, but the chorus comes back on. That was Justin Bieber live singing Despacito.
I like it.
Yeah. No, it was great, man.
Fucking.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a Bieber tangent.
No, I like the Biebs. He got a new video coming out. I don't know. He wrote a caption. It was like, "I'm coming to get you, Tom Cruise." It was like,
he just says weird stuff.
Stop, please. Come on, nobody's.
Dude, I think Tom Cruise would kill him.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is legitimately crazy.
Remember, did we play the clip of him yelling at?
Yeah. Oh no, I mean I've heard it.
Yeah, I've heard it also. I don't know if we played it. We might have been
That
on
replaced
break.
the Christian Bale one for me. That was the next. Like,
Yeah, I mean Christian Bale is your poor man's Tom Cruise.
I guess. I think because he has many more Oscars.
Yeah, Cruise has just been in. I mean,
celebrity superstar status, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he's Scientology. I don't even think he's allowed to see his kid because he believes in his face. So
That's
much.
all true.
You know
Nicole
what I mean?
Kidman made that. Nicole Kidman got out of that alive, and I'm surprised when you hear like all the story behind it. You're like, this is fucked up. Like in the what is it, Going Clear? You ever seen that documentary?
No,
They go into great detail about that and Nicole Kidman's like relationship in that and how she was like, and then Katie Holmes, same thing.
It's weird.
So, but when he snaps, I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what I expect it to be. Right? It's not like you're surprised by it because you've seen him act like insane in public before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of, I feel like no one's going to give him shit for this. A, because it's Tom Cruise. He's probably one of the only people left in the world with a get out of jail free card for life.
No, if they find out that he's being shitty, they can't wait to
But like,
cancel
I mean, what kind of shitty though? Honestly, what do you think? What do you think Tom Cruise could survive, and what do you think he couldn't? That's a good question, man. He's up there.
You can't survive a grope.
That's true. That's true.
Couldn't
He probably
survive
couldn't
a
do that.
grope. Yeah.
I feel like anything.
That used to be child's play.
That used to be child's play, and then Harvey Weinstein had to go break a record.
Yeah, a good groping was, how do you do?
Dude, actually, it was funny. I was watching a documentary on HBO called about DB Cooper, that guy that jumped out of the airplane with all the money. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, but they had a bunch of old airline commercials in it from like the 70s, and it was just like, come to Mohican Airlines. This airline offers something that no other airline offers. Me, wink, commercial. That was the commercial for a flight back then of just leering men looking at a woman's ass as she walked down the aisle. That was the commercial for it. We have hot flight attendants.
Yeah.
Different time.
They were very sexualized. Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah.
We saw about Bond Girl, Haley Baldwin being fake.
That's the funniest clip in the world, though. I could listen to that over and over again.
I don't know. Did we talk about the guy that got busted in the face with the can for dropping M-bombs?
One of the greatest videos ever.
Yeah. I'm not gonna play this because there's a lot of M-bombs in it. Yeah, there's a lot of M-bombs.
But check it out.
Oh yeah, but it's worth a look. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it by now, but it's just like, hey, you play dangerous games, you win dangerous prizes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that dude. First of all, he's like the most he's the most like needle-faced looking white guy you could possibly
Got his teeth twisted.
I love the fact that it was a twisted T. Like I loved it. Like, and dude, the best part about the video is the dude like goes, okay, tries to get the flip in. He
was trying to hold back the whole time. That's the whole thing. He really didn't want to do it. He was like, this motherfucker. He was like, I can't be on tape not hitting this motherfucker after all this.
Yeah, because he was asking for it, but it was tremendous because he goes for the flip, misses the flip, and picks it right back up and nails this guy.
And he tried to kick the can after the flip, and it was like, how you missed the can?
Yeah.
Like, why you, like, how do you, like, and then he was like, hit me, then he told him his address, the whole nine. It was just like years of, I would say, alcohol and drug abuse made that kid what he was that day.
On his own part or secondhand? You know what I mean?
Years of it.
Okay,
yeah. Not even that day. Like, that day was just, can't escape the inevitable.
I think Tom Segura said it best. Some people suck.
Yeah.
Some people just suck.
Yeah,
I've come to terms with that.
I bet you he needed that, though. It'll be different
he
for him.
definitely needed that.
Somebody else might just beat him up on site. You know what I mean? He might.
No, but that's a particular kind of ass whooping. Like, if you get punched, he might have shrugged that off and just continued being a little prick for the rest of his life, right?
Right.
When you get knocked the fuck out by a can of twisted tea and you're all over the internet after that, you're going to reassess some shit about your life.
He might be like, I was still standing though. I'm just saying, he was like, I got up though.
He looked like he was.
So I'm at 400 Griff Street. 400 Griff Street. Come down.
But it was like, it explodes. It's such an amazing video.
Like, I ain't have time before. I got time today though. I got time today.
That's an ass whooping that you don't forget. That's a reassess some things. I need to go change some shit.
That's hilarious.
Or he just hides for the rest of his life.
I mean, Sometimes you need that, like it needs to be like type of justice in the world. That little old fashioned street justice, a little.
No, I agree. Sometimes
Death Wish Volume 1 through 11.
Yeah, where you started killing all the homeless people. I remember.
He started off on a good path, and then Charles
the
Bronson
first two, and then when you get to 3 and 4, you're like, you're just killing neighborhood kids.
I was like, Charles, these are a little dicey. I don't think everybody deserves this.
You're really helping these old white people a lot.
I was like, these guys are in a gang, but these guys didn't really do anything. I mean, he kind of just killed them. I mean, I think,
Yeah, it's like, this guy's just helping out his buddy.
what are we doing?
1 and 2 solid fucking street justice movies.
Talk about guilty by association.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of guilty by association. But I agree. I think you need a little bit of street justice every once in a while to knock you back.
A little good old-fashioned street justice. All right, that's the second part of Fairfax with Fairfax. And we will return after this short break.
His lips are dry, her heart's gently pounding. Don't you just know exactly what they're thinking?
Body, anything Mad Dog sexy. Come on, let Mad Dog know. Yeah, all right, ladies, huh? You feeling that? You guessed it right. It's Mad Dog 2020, and it's 12 o'clock midnight, so you're either screwing or you're chewing. Am I right? Yes, I am. So, since you're here with me, I know for a fact that you're not screwing, so it must be time to do a little chewing. All right, so I got the aphrodisiac snack for the night because your lonely ass is going to be home pleasuring yourself any motherfucking way. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to go down to the local Piggly Wiggly, slide down that aisle with all that depression built up in your system, and get yourself a nice slimy piece of olive loaf. Olive loaf is the gift that keeps on giving. It's the bologna from Oscar Mayer with the little pieces of olive and olive nut in it for you to chew on. So good, so delicious. What you're going to do is you're going to fry that up with a little spray butter. Yeah, the butter in the bottle. Spray that onto your pan. Throw that baby up to 100. You're going to get yourself a nice skillet. Real nice, deep, dark, and black. Sorry about that. I get a little moist just thinking about it. But yeah. So you're going to put that olive loaf right on that hot skillet after you spray that butter on the pan. You're going to let that baby slide around. You're just going to let it slide. Back, forth, and side to side. Let it slide. Let it slide. Let it slide. Yeah. Okay. Then after that, you're going to take a nice helping Cool Whip. You're going to throw that Cool Whip right on that fried piece of bologna because that's salty and sweet. And that's all day long. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to twirl that up into a nice little cigarello. You're going to take that cigarello ball with the Cool Whip and your fried olive loaf, and you're going to put that baby directly down your gullet. And when I talk about pure bliss, you heard it here first. Pure, unadulterated bliss. And this is Mad Dog 2020, and I am out.
Movie rules.
Yeah, Lego Batman. I watched it earlier today. It was pretty good.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I seen it before actually. I just forgot how adult funny it was.
The first Lego movie was the same way. I was like, this is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I love it.
Because when they announced that we're going to do a Lego movie, I didn't have high hopes.
Yeah, I thought it was going to just be more kiddie, and I was like, oh, actually,
It's for
you
both.
like this. Yeah. So I got no problem with it. I'm just looking at that. No, I'm looking at how I'm getting killed in fantasy basketball. I got killed.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that before.
Kevin Durant is out with COVID-19. He was around somebody that had COVID-19.
I did hear that
so he's
he
out
wasn't
for a week.
playing.
Yeah, so he's out for a week because he was around somebody that had COVID-19. So that screws me.
You might have it.
For this fantasy matchup because I have Kevin Durant. No, I don't give a fuck about him personally. For fantasy purposes, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Well, now this week I'm without my leading fantasy player.
God, I can't get back into fantasy again.
You know,
It consumes
so
me
it's
so
just
much.
it really screws me. I'm just watching it all go down. I'm just like, right now they're up 61-41 versus Utah, and I'm just like, Kevin Durant can have a lot of these points right now, but no, he's just riding the pine. Jeez, can't win. Can't.
I feel like I should be
win.
playing taps right now for you.
Oh man, did you see Wonder Woman 1984?
I did.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
I didn't like Kristen Wiig's character.
I liked it.
I just thought she was too Kristen Wiig. I feel like she's always plays the nerdy person with the glasses.
That's the character though. For the comic.
But she always plays that character.
That's why you get the girl that can play that though. For the character.
But we've seen her do that before. How about another girl who could do that character?
Who?
Anyone.
You got to give me names, dude. You can't just make bold suggestions and walk out of the room.
Christina Ricci.
Ew.
I just threw a name out there.
Throw another name that doesn't make me want to vomit. I like Christina Ricci. I'm sorry.
Jennifer Aston could have done it.
What? All right.
They're like the same age.
What? Get the fuck out of here. Jennifer Aniston's fucking... No, I wouldn't buy her as cheated a million years. Was she going to scream Ross at her?
That would have been cool too.
No, I wouldn't have.
All right. Well, I don't know. I wasn't in love with that part of it, but other than that...
That was the only thing that you didn't like, though?
No, I didn't like it because the flying.
Wonder Woman flies.
Not really. She flies in an invisible jet.
She had the invisible jet in the movie.
Yeah, but she doesn't fly.
Yes, she does. She does. I don't know what to tell you. What are you getting so upset for?
I don't really know.
Why are you so mad, dude?
Man, just look up if Wonder Woman flies and see.
Put in Wonder Woman flying Justice League right now.
No. Don't put in his. Just put in Can Wonder Woman fly, and then look at the two different things it says about it.
Does it matter?
Yeah, because
everybody writes her differently. So what does it matter?
That's the whole thing. That's what I don't like.
What do you mean what do you mean? That's what happens. Everybody writes her differently.
No one writes Superman without him flying, unless he's Lex Luthor. You know what I mean?
So you would rather her not fly?
What does it say?
You want to read it? No. Oh, okay.
In the original comic book, Diana could not fly, but that hasn't kept Wonder Woman down. In the Crisis on Infinite Earths, Diana is full on flu.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said.
What the fuck is that? You just go.
In the original comics, she does not fly, and then after that,
in the original comic, Batman killed people. Now everybody's like, why is he? Now he doesn't kill people.
He's killed,
but everybody doesn't like that.
But he does.
That doesn't bother me. I'm just saying.
But he does it though.
But a lot of people would go up to you and say, no, Batman doesn't kill.
But he's often went over the top and killed.
But Wonder Woman's flown in the comics before. And she flew in the Justice League series, on the animated series.
In a comic, yeah, sure.
In a comic, she flew through the entire Justice League animated series.
I don't like it, Where she just inspirationally learned, because he told her about...
Why didn't you like it, though?
Because he told her about airplane currents. Now she gets the science behind flying because...
No, it's just a nice moment that she shared between her and Steve.
Yeah, he talked about just feeling the flow of the current of the air, and then she was like, "Oh, now I can fly."
Yeah,
I can't buy it.
What, you can buy her having a magic rope that can tell people the truth?
Yes, because it was bestowed upon the gods. Yeah, it's a gift from the gods. So yeah.
So you believe in God? Now I understand where you are. Okay.
Yes, I can just suspend disbelief in some aspects of it, but not. But
what's the difference? Honest question. What's the difference between? I mean, whatever, but like
if Spider-Man started flying, somebody just wrote a thing that when Spider-Man started flying, I'd be like, I can't.
How does that ruin the movie for you?
It doesn't ruin the movie. It was
something I didn't like. It was like.
I said it was all right. I just certain things I didn't like about it. It was all right. Yeah, it was watchable. Yeah, just certain things.
Some people hated it.
No, I didn't hate it. I love.
Some people flat out said like they were like worst. A lot of it was guys.
No, I like Pedro Pascal a lot.
I thought Pedro Pascal did a really good job. Yeah. His stock is really going up lately too. Mm-hmm. He's
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, well, either way, this movie made a shit ton of money. Mm-hmm. So like that's his. He's my theory is like I said after Wonder Woman 84, and between that and the Mandalorian, he's gonna like fucking blow up after this.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he was kind of only known from like Narcos and shit.
Right,
and like small bit parts in movies.
Yeah, he's been around, but it's just never the guy. Yeah.
No, but I think he's going to start to be the guy soon.
I hope
It would be
so.
nice to see a guy like that as leading man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I hope so. Yeah, I
He
like.
can act, and he's not Tom Cruise. He's just going to smile and try to kill himself in every movie. I'll watch it.
Sounds good. Yeah.
He's going to go into space. He's going to go into space.
What's the There's another movie coming out soon too. I forgot the name of it. Another Marvel movie coming out.
Black Widow?
Yeah, I think that's the next
That's
one.
that was the one that was supposed to come out. Both these movies are supposed to come out.
What about is it Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah, they're making that, or
Yeah, they're making it right. Yeah.
but like that's gonna have like fucking. I think they're doing like because the Spider-Man movie's coming out. That's gonna have like Doctor Strange in it, but like Doctor Strange, like all this connected shit. People were like talking about it. I can't fucking keep track of it.
Yeah, I mean the Spider-Verse is going to be crazy how they do that when they bring all the Spider-Mans back.
I'm legitimately excited for that because I grew up. Number one, apparently, what's his name? Tobey Maguire asked for a little more scratch though.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, you were the first Spider-Man, dude.
Times are a little lean.
Yeah.
Peter Parker needs a little scruff. Get by.
I do believe I was the first person to don the tights. Got no movie without me.
I hear you. You know what? Leverage.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
mean,
it's
you're
all
right.
about. A little bit of leverage.
What do the fans want to see? Oh, not Tobey Maguire? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll leave then. You want to see Tobey Maguire? You do. You wouldn't just take him and Andrew Garfield. You'd be like, what the fuck is this?
He probably got screwed at one point in time. He was like, oh, now I can do some screwing.
Yeah, he did get screwed. It was called Spider-Man 3.
So what he did was acted like a team player up front, waited to sign a deal, and then was like, he was like, you know what, as a matter of fact, you already put all the press out there and whatnot. Would you not have me? And it's
Just like fucking like Tony Stark his ass.
yeah, it's like, just let's add another 0 or something. You know, make Daddy feel good.
It was probably right before the announcement, or just like puts the hands on the table. Hey, Chris.
He's about to sign. He's like,
a little amendment I want to make here to this section.
He was like, what does this say again? He was like, my eye gets a little foggy.
I think my spider sense is tingling.
And it says 5 more million. I got it.
How do you feel about that, Spider Friends? But they're apparently like, what I like now about Marvel is like every movie is now like an Avengers movie. Like it's not, nobody has a solo film anymore unless it's like your first movie.
Yeah, can't really
it's got
do that.
like it's fucking Doctor Strange plus 5 people. It's it's Spider-Man but like plus 5 people. It's Thor but also the Guardians of the Galaxy are in it.
Right.
Which is how the comics were, but now it's basically they should just start calling them like super mashup spectacular movie or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's
they
what
start calling it what it is. Call them team up movies.
Yeah, this is like the cartoons, though. They're all, you know, they all get linked in together.
Not like this though. This is like because they're doing the TV show shit, like the WandaVision, and
that does not look good.
You don't think it looks good? You're the first person. Why? I'm curious. Honestly, curious.
I mean,
I'm indifferent to it. I don't really care. I want to see the Winter Soldier one, but
yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't see the arc.
You don't know. You just don't see where it's gonna. Well,
yeah, where is it going to go? You know what I mean? Like,
well, Vision's dead, so that's it. We don't know anything going into it, which is a little weird. I understand.
I don't know.
What about the Captain America Winter Soldier one?
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, you got Sam flying around with the fucking. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I like Bucky and Sam. They have a good dynamic.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that works. Yeah.
It's like all, and then the Loki show. That's it. So they're all supposed to essentially tie together to this. They're doing multiverse stuff. That's what it is.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they're trying to kill all those CW shows with like all their multiverses and shit, like the Arrowverse and the.
I don't know why. I feel like they're missing out on a huge opportunity to do something like that no one's really seen before.
I feel that's the whole thing. I think every time they try to do it, it's something that we keep seeing before.
Well, I think it's because they had such a shitty start. With DC had such a shitty start with everything because of fan reception and what apparently was the studio because Ray Fisher's very pissed at everybody. And they just never got there. No one let. I mean, if they had just let, I think if they had just let Zack Snyder do whatever it was, regardless if people liked it or not, they would be a little more on track. But they decided to do different things, and Joss Whedon came in, and it wasn't good, and people were like, "Well, maybe we were a little too harsh."
Yeah, you know, then they get a director that does well, then they get a director that sucks, and then it's like, oh, we got to get the original guy back, and then we got to get the old guy. You know, it's a lot of that the power struggle of whose dick is swinging the biggest.
Exactly.
You know
That's the Hollywood system. You know what I mean? That's that mega movie. And it's all superhero films now, so that's how it's going to go.
Well.
And WB, for the record, has some of the biggest heroes ever. I mean, tell me somebody more famous, even by Marvel standards, I think it's fucking Superman and fucking Batman and shit.
Yeah, no, you're right.
They were the first.
It's that power dynamic. We see it in politics.
Yeah.
We see it in everything we do in life. Like we could have, like I think we could have had like the $2,000 stimulus checks if Pelosi had signed it a couple months ago when we had the opportunity, but she didn't want to give Trump the win. So
nope.
Here we go with the whole 6.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the, you know, But you know,
I mean, I can still buy a PS5 with it, so I don't give a fuck.
I just look at them just like, why did you have to you couldn't just let them have that and just, we could all have 2 racks.
Because they hate each other. Why? I mean, I love how people are like, I wouldn't do that. I'm like, yes, you would, because you're a politician. You do the same shitty thing. You would do the same shitty thing.
It's like now we have to.
Nancy Pelosi is fucking a pure politician that's going to do shitty things to make sure that her case goes through.
Just got the puffer chest out now. Rest of us have.
Then again, Mitch McConnell's a piece of shit because he could have actually helped push it through, and he didn't. So it's both. It's both of them. Fucking, they're both pieces of shit.
Now every meme is both of them getting hit with Twisted Tea.
Yeah, now everybody hates. Now even even Republicans are like, look, we hate Mitch McConnell. It's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, but everybody has
he does suck.
Everybody has the Twisted Tea memes though. Of somebody hitting them with the Twisted Tea.
I saw one. Someone did something. The best mashup ever. Which it was It was Mitch McConnell's face on the one guy, but it was Booker T's face on the kid with the Twisted Tea. Which I was like, man, that's some deep cut shit.
Yeah, that was.
If you know what that means.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh my god.
Man. All right. Well. I don't know. You have anything coming up? We're going to cut this one. Do you have anything coming up?
No. Nothing I can talk about.
Yeah, I don't have.
I have small little things, but nothing that's coming out yet. I don't have any Zoom shows. I haven't been able to get any.
Yeah, I got a couple of maybes and whatchamacallits and what have you.
Have you been able to have a successful Zoom show yet?
No, I haven't figured out the formula for how to do it. I usually feel the crowd a little bit, go a little bit off script. So unless I could,
one that's going on. Didn't your last one get canceled?
Yeah, my last one got canceled. Yeah. So unless I do one myself, where it's just I don't know, maybe I get a couple of comics I know to do. We each do something quick where we each do 7 minutes, and then throw it on a Zoom, and then just put it out or something like that. That'd be funny. But it has to be material that you can burn. And
I don't know. I don't know. Get real some, but the fact that we still can't fucking do it. No, I can't really.
Yeah, I know 3 or 4 comics who would definitely do it. It's just
Yeah, I know a couple that are doing the traveling thing, and it's because different places are more open than others. There are some comedy clubs, the store is open.
Yeah.
In California, CC, but there's nothing going on for low-level comedians like ourselves.
McGuire's is coming back.
They are? I love that space.
Yeah, Governor's is coming back supposedly soon, so we'll see how that goes. But I would love to get back in Governor's again.
Room. Yeah. I was supposed to. That was one of the shows I was supposed to do before COVID hit. I was supposed to do the Little Room.
All right. Well,
that was sad. I'm gonna go home and hang myself now. See you guys later.
All right. Well, we'll close this one out, and we will see you next week. I got a lot coming up. This show we kind of did on short notice, but we got a lot coming up, and I'm going to have some great shows. I'm going to have some great content, some better skits. I'm going to try to make it all come around full circle. All right? You guys enjoy your weekend, and go Colts, go.
Go Colts, go.
Yeah.
Giants are out, so go Colts, go.
Yeah.